Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. So today what we're going to do is something I haven't done in a very long time, but I had a viewer request to do, like a cluster strip, and I think I'm going to orient it this direction, but it may get cut up. I don't know. So I have all kinds of bits of fabric and whatnot that we're going to put on our little wintry kind of fabric strip. Pieces of it and things will probably end up in my Winter Fashionista Journal, and I am going to use some of the ladies. I just printed them very small on my print to size app, and so that is available on iPad and like iPhones, things like that. You can get it in the App Store. I just have no idea if it's something that you can use on other computers or not, because all I have is Apple computers, because I find for myself they're the easiest to use, because I am not super tech savvy. So I mean, I've definitely gotten better than I used to be, but still I struggle. So it's nice when my phone and everything else work the same. So anyways, that is what I use to print in smaller sizes. So what I do with my clusters, this is just like a strip of cotton, whatever. You can use anything for the strip underneath, because most of it's going to get covered anyway. And then I just use glue stick to tack down my other bits of fabric and whatnot. There's little pieces of paper stuck to my glue stick, and I'm just going to go ahead and start all the way from the top, because like I said, I can trim pieces off. I could use it as a belly band and then use the rest of it to go on a pocket, whatever. It doesn't matter. So I've got just fabric and lace and all kinds of things. So hope you guys are doing good. It's a sunny day here, so I almost don't know what to do with myself. And I did not walk this morning. I exercised just in my house because it was very cold and I didn't want to go out. And I should have just waited, because now the sun is shining. It's a blue sky and it's glorious. But that's okay. Hopefully it'll be back. I think we're going to get some snow, but truth be told. So we'll see if we actually get any down here. The mountains have been getting snow, but sometimes we don't get very much, which is fine with me. So yeah, I just have all kinds of different fabrics and things here. I thought that was folded, but it's not. I think I'm just going to kind of tear it. So yeah, hope you guys are doing well. I want to say hugs and blessings to Jacqueline, Patty, Ginger, and Miss Gertie. Hello and welcome, and thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for commenting. I really appreciate that. I do answer my comments, so I would love for you guys to leave a comment if you can, if you got time. I understand we all got lives, and sometimes I know people watch not on like phones or whatever. You might be watching on a TV or something, and I know that can be a little difficult. So, but if you can, I appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a fantastic New Year's. We're gonna go to my mother and father-in-law's to watch the Boise State football game, because they're at the Fiesta Bowl, which is awesome. And my daughter's so mad because she was in Blue Thunder, which is the Boise State marching band, for all the years that she was in school. And this year is her first year not in Blue Thunder because she graduated. And they got to fly all the years that she was in it. Anytime they went to any, bowl type games or whatever, they had to drive. Like last year, they drove for 22 hours. Oh my gosh. So she's like, seriously, they got to fly. But yeah, it's funny. But the poor girl, she had an interview. She was supposed to have a job interview yesterday, because you'll be seeing this on Tuesday. I'm making the video Monday, but anyways, and they called or texted her whatever this morning and said it's canceled because they've hired someone. I'm like, why couldn't they have just finished the interviews, you know? How do they know they got the best person if they didn't even finish their interviews? I don't know. I mean, whatever, but she was pretty upset because, you know, this is her first go around with all this. I mean, we all know as after you've adulted for a while that that stuff does happen, but she was so sad. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's just so hard to get a job right now. It's crazy. I mean, she's put in like 60 applications and she's heard from like 3 places. She does have another interview, hopefully, coming up, but yeah, it's just been kind of a nightmare, honestly, trying to get a job. I mean, like, she has a job, but she wants a job in her field. That's why she went to school. But I told her today, I said, you know, I never had a job in my field, so don't feel bad. I mean, granted, I have a degree in psychology, so that was just a dumb move on my part, but because if you don't get a master's or a PhD, you're just not going to get a job in psychology, but she should be able to just find the right fit and actually get an interview. That would sure help a lot. But I felt bad for her today. So yeah, this is how I do it. I just layer all kinds of things down until it looks like I want it to look, and it doesn't really matter what you use. I'm obviously going with a lot of blues and things that look snowy maybe or whatever, just so that it has that winter vibe. But if you're just doing stuff for every day, you could use any colors or all neutrals. That would be really pretty to do. I mean, there's just a million things you could do. I haven't done one of these in so long. You kind of forget about things. It's like, oh yeah, like a cluster strip or something would be cool. I just spaced it. So yeah, thank you for that great idea. And I'm sorry, I read that before Christmas, and I can't remember now who asked for that. But I do try to, you know, if you guys say there's something you want to see, I do try, if I can, to make that happen, because that's really kind of you to say what you like or what you want to see me make or whatever. Definitely helps me out. I love these little they look like snowflakes. It's just lace that I get at Hobby Lobby, but they're just cute because they kind of look like little snow bits. And there is no rhyme or reason to this necessarily, so if you're wanting to make your own, just get your little strip of fabric and just start putting stuff on. And then when you stitch it at the end, it kind of just brings it all together. I mean, obviously it's going to help if you kind of have things that go together. Unless you want to make like a really long one. I had a friend, Denise, a lot of you will remember Denise. I haven't been over to her channel in a long time, but anyway, she started doing other things like homesteading type videos instead of journaling. But when she was doing journals, a few times she even sent me one of her rolls, and she would just do all different colors, like really long, you know, that you actually can roll up. I never have the patience for that, but anyway, hers were really cool, and she would put charms on them and all kinds of stuff. So you could, and they were wide. They were like, the strips were like that wide, so you could cut a piece like that and turn it into a pocket for a journal. That was also super cool. I've never made one that wide before, because like I said, I have the attention span of a gnat, so I'll do something like that. You won't see a lot of that, but that's okay. Those little snowmen are cute. Those are just some fabric snowmen. Which one do I want? I thought fabric's good because it can bend. If it's hanging over the edge a little bit, it's not a big deal. So we're just doing wintry, basically, is what it comes down to now. And that's fun. I do like this stuff on there because that looks snowy and fabulous. I need another something there. My hands are hurting today. I feel like I'm kind of like concrete thumbs is what it feels like. I think I'm gonna kind of bend that over the way it was. I liked it. Put it up a little bit over the snowman. Oh, just stay down. I don't know what is the front and the back on that stuff. As long as it just stays there for now, that'll be good. I might use... I'll put her down a little bit further. So what have you guys been up to? Do you have any fun plans for New Year's? Like I said, I tend to avoid going anywhere because we're back to that people thing. Wherever there's going to be a lot of people, I don't want to be. My husband's a little better than I am. Not a lot, but a little. And I really don't want to drive in it because you just never know. So I just try to stay out of it. But we are going over to his mom's. So hopefully, but we'll probably get moving early enough that hopefully, I mean, I pray that everybody just stays safe and all those kind of things. I think my son might be coming over there too. I don't know because I can't remember if he has to work. But my daughter, I know she has to work, so. Yeah, that'll work. I know, you probably think, why are you putting all that on there and then you just cover it up? Well, you see, that's kind of the thing with doing any type of collaging, to make it look good, and you never know exactly what is going to be seen and what isn't necessarily. So you just kind of do it and don't, you know, stress about covering stuff up. And that seems to be the easiest way, because things will get covered. But it provides more interest when there's more layers and things, so. There's really no rhyme or reason to any of it. I mean, you could if you'd like to do that, but I tend to find if you try to get too, I don't know what the word is, organized or what, with collaging, a lot of times it takes you a really long time and it doesn't come out the way you might want it to, because it's just too, you're just gonna kind of put stuff down and just be happy with it. This one. She's just wanting to stick to everything. Hat. No. I'll do another piece of this. Collaging is just one of those things. You just got to go for it. Don't overthink it, because that always messes it up. It's better to just plunk things down. I want this, no. Oh, I kind of like that. So I'm using for this journal that I will be doing, I mean, I'm not really starting the journal yet. I'm making these few things, but because Carol Laws and Nancy Pitter and, like I said, Mitzie already did a journal using this. I don't know if Linda will want to do one. You're welcome to, Linda. I need to talk to her about that. I stink at that, by the way, y'all. It's nothing personal. I'm just awful at communicating. Anyways, we're going to do a journal using the Fashionista kits, but that won't start until after the 6th of January. I'm just kind of making whatever I feel like at the moment. You kind of get a little burnt out, I have to say, after all the holiday stuff. But there were things that I wanted to try, like that video I did yesterday. And then this, I thought would be cute. So I'm going to go stitch this, and then when I come back, I'll show you it all stitched, and then we'll do something else too. I'll be right back. Okay, so I started at the top, and it might be hard to see, but I just stitched on both sides. I try not to go through faces if I can, but I did stitch on both sides of this, so hopefully that'll help hold that down. I just stitched on the one side of the snowman there, but I went like around the picture of the lady. I did both sides. So it's just crazy stitching, basically. Just stitch it however you want. That'll hold down your pieces. And like this one I'm seeing right now, her foot is lifting. I could go run a stitch through that again, but I think I'm just going to put a little bit more glue right there. And I think it'll be fine, because it's going to go on a pocket or on a page or whatever. I wouldn't put it on the outside of the book. If you do something where you put them on the outside, you're going to definitely want to stitch around everything so that it, you know, won't get lifted off or anything. But that's how I do these. It's really nothing exciting or different than probably anybody else does. Like, I think we all kind of sort of do the same thing. Of course, everybody's got a different style as far as how it ends up looking, but that is what I have for that. And then I have one of the paint chips here, and all I did is cut, I think it was down here at the bottom, the banana whip off. And I just have these two colors, so I'm going to ink around that. And I'm just going to use my vintage photo for that. Because I just want to get, like, the edges is all. I'm not going to do a lot of grunging or anything like that with that. Yeah, I knew that wouldn't take me the whole, you know, very long to do that other, so. And then I just have bits of fabric that I'm going to put up here at the top. And they may not make sense or really go together, but it's more just the overall look. It's kind of like that, as I mentioned, doing the lady yesterday. The fashion lady with the little cluster with it, fabric cluster. It's sort of like swatches, you know, but obviously these wouldn't technically go together, but it's just what I have, so that's what I'm going to use. You could get real fancy and go buy specific fabrics to do them with, but I'm not going to do that. So it's just more the idea of it is what I like to do. This one I'm just going to kind of wad up a bit. I think I'll put a little glue on the back of it so it'll stick together. It's just going to kind of go up here like this. It's sort of going to take the place of the tab at the top, although it's not in the middle. I don't care about that. And then I'm going to put some more snowflake looking bits. I may stitch across it. I don't know, because I am going to stitch on a button if I can get a hold of it. And I just have embroidery floss. See, this doesn't all really go together, so you wouldn't use it as your swatches, but that's what I want on there, so that's what I'm putting on there. Might use a little bit of this. I do like this stuff. Let me see. That's gonna come off. I probably am gonna have to run a stitch across that. Or you know what else I could do? Let's put a staple in it. If I can get a hold of it. So it's kind of like a button card and a swatch. It's whatever you feel like. And we're just gonna stitch it on, or attempt to. I'm not great at this, so bear with me. I never learned how to do any of these things. Because if you know me or have watched me for a while, my mom passed away when I was 2. So had an awesome dad. Made us dinner every night, everything, but you know, never learned to sew. And we didn't have, oh come on, 4-H or any of those things where I grew up. So I just wing it. Doesn't matter anyway, it's just for this little card. And then we're gonna just put it on. That's why I had my daughter go into 4-H and sewing and everything. She's really good at all that. And I'm just going to put a dot of glue on the back of that just because this is kind of a weird textured embroidery floss. I just want to make sure it's going to stay there. Okay. Now that we got all that on there, we're going to put one of the ladies, the lovely ladies. This is from, I think this is, no, this is from the original Winter Fashionista kit. I do have the add-on kit. This is from the main kit. And this paper is from the add-on. It's just a scrap of what we used yesterday. And then I have the little winter word from the main kit that I want to put there. So yeah, just a little fun journaling card. I'll probably back it since I tied that knot on there, even though there'll be a weird bump under the paper. I just think it'll be better. Sometimes with the thicker paper, I like to use a wet glue, but you don't have to. It would work with the glue stick. Okay, and maybe a snowflake would be fabulous on there. These are in my Etsy shop if you're interested in anything like that. I do cut them with my Glowforge, which is a laser, so it does, I mean, it basically burns the paper to cut it, so you can get the little scorch marks on the back of the paper, mostly. All right, that looks fabulous. So that's a fun little piece to put in a pocket, pop in a pocket, and you can write on the back. And then another thing I thought of that was kind of fun is just like, you could make a little handbag. You know how we all do the little envelopes? I've seen Gail Augustinelli do them, other people too, Girl on the Ridge. But you just take a strip of paper, and this one is 2 inches wide, 2-inch wide strip that is, and it doesn't matter, you don't have to do it as long as this one is either. This one happens to be about 6, a little over 6. But you just fold and just keep folding, you know, and then you do a flap. And instead of doing the envelope shape, you know, like a V kind of a shape, I just rounded the corners so it looks kind of like a handbag, you know, just the flap that comes over. And I was even thinking you could take, if you wanted, you know, some bags don't have a handle on them, but you could, if you wanted to, put just a little handle on it. Something like that. So let's just try it just to see what we see, if we like it like that or not. I think you'll probably have to have like a little piece of washi or something over it, I think would be best. But I thought those might be fun. You could do like a whole line of them to make a belly band, like, or something. And if you don't want to do, like, I don't think if I did a belly band, I would just do like 1 or 2 folds and then seal it closed. But this could be more like at the bottom of a page or something like that, that you unfold and have a little spot to write. But you could definitely do them just for show, like the envelopes, just like the envelopes that everybody does on things. And you can make them smaller or larger or whatever in the world that you want to do. But see, just go like that. And then when you put it on the page, you could put like a little bit of glue or something to make the handle go where you want it to go. Because, of course, the handles never go where you want them to go. Do I want to put anything on there? I'm worried it's going to... I don't have a lot of washi options, but we'll just put a piece of this. I'm not a huge washi fan. I think it's because it really doesn't stick. So you always got to put glue on it. I mean, I know that's kind of the idea of it, but let's just say I'm not a huge fan of the washi. I just folded that over. All right, but anyways, then you're gonna have to fold it again. But at least now those strings hopefully will stay in there. And then for your little flap, I have just, you could use a little circle or a little jewel of some kind. I have this little like snowflake thing. I'm just going to put some glue on the bottom half of it and not the top half of it. Maybe. So that will come undone. Then you have a little extra writing spot, and you can just glue it onto a pocket or, you know, in the corner of a page or something. Just a little fun, I don't know, just a little fun something to play around with. And then I thought I would do maybe one more of these. I have the taller lady here. I think I'll use the whole the whole thing. I didn't really think this one through because I thought it would take me a little bit longer to do all my things, but it didn't. So we can put a piece of this on. I do like the snow. Here, let's see. How much of this we can use. Kind of like how it says ice down there. I like how it says winter up at the top too. These background pages are in the add-on kit. You're probably not gonna be able to see it anyway once I put the lady on there. Go through all that and then, yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I really like this stuff with this kit. And this was given to me by Celeste. Thank you, Celeste. I have some that's blue. I wonder if I should use the blue instead of the white. You'd be able to see it better. My husband and I were talking about, I think I mentioned this to you guys before, but how the weather has all of a sudden gotten really nice and a lot of the plants and things seem like they think it's spring. They're going to get an awful shock. But, yeah, I could go for spring starting right now. That would be fantastic. Like we had our little frosty frozen time and now the sun is shining. It makes me just want to go back to spring, summer, all of that. I would be quite happy. We've been getting a lot of rain too. So that means up in the mountains they are getting snow, which is good because obviously you need the water, right? But it would be kind of fun to just go right back to spring. I'm always ready for that. I don't love super hot heat, but I will take it over the cold. Because the cold causes pain. Sometimes the barometric pressure causes pain, which can also happen in the summer. Or at least that's my experience. Yeah, I like that. So let's get some glue on her. Don't stick to that yet. Don't stick yet. Got to get a little glue. She's going to stand right on ice. She kind of reminds me of Kimberly Guilfoyle. I mean, wrong color hair, but... Okay, and then I have these too, with the words, which I do like with that. Yeah, I like that. That white paint card didn't show up great when I scanned it, but I wanted a white one, but it just isn't very interesting looking. I like the colorful ones better. But I do like the words and stuff. I had to rename them and everything because I couldn't use, obviously, their paint colors. So I renamed them, renumbered them, and did all that. But they are actual paint chips. So we got a few fun bits done today, which is always a wonderful feeling, I must say. I have no idea what I'm going to do for a color or a cover or anything, so got a long way to go. I just jumped in with the ephemera. Yeah, I have no idea what I want to do. Like I said, I'm sort of hitting a wall with the whole journal thing. And then I will stitch around that to make sure that all that stuff stays in place, but that's not that exciting. I'm just going to go around. I don't know if that's going to stick on there. I guess if I just leave it alone, it might help. I might have to stitch around that too, because it's not wanting to stick to that, but she stuck, so I think it will once it gets a chance. So we made all kinds of fun things today. We have this paint chip card and this lovely lady with the little fabric bits up there, our little handbag, which is fun. I don't love the pink inside, but I don't have any winter washi, but of course you can do yours however you like. And then our cute little like cluster. You could cut it into clusters. You could use a whole strip of it for a belly band. You could use it along the edge of a page, like page edge, because it's a nice width. But you definitely could, you could also take, where did that go? Oh my gosh. Keep moving things and then I don't know where they're at. You could take something like this and go down the side of it and, you know, obviously cut it. Poor snowman. But anyway, you could do that, cut it, and just have that as your decoration for your paint chip. Yeah, there's loads of things you can do with these, and they are great, and I just forget to make them, so thank you. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you give some of it a try, and I will chat with you again soon. Love ya. Bye.